Hey, Grace Moms. So now we're in Ezra. Ezra was a prophet of God who was quite special. I want to read to you a verse about him. In Ezra chapter 7, it says in verse 8 through 10, Ezra arrived in Jerusalem in August of that year. He had arranged to leave Babylon on April 8th, the first day of the new year, and arrived at Jerusalem on August 4th, for the gracious hand of his God was upon him. This was because Ezra had determined to study and obey the law of the Lord and to teach those decrees and regulations to the people of Israel. Well, what an awesome, awesome thing, and how encouraging, because we can do those same things. We can be determined to study the law of God. We can determine in our hearts to obey it, and we can determine in our hearts to teach it to our children and share it with our friends and those that God leads into our lives. So what does that look at? Well, I think, first of all, it starts here at home. If you're a mom, if you are in a family, that's family discipleship. We study the Word of God, we let it grow in our hearts, and then it bears fruit that we share through our lifestyle, not just our words, but our actions. And then also the intentional discussion of it, just like the Shema in Deuteronomy 6, where it says, you put it on the doorpost of your house, you talk about it when you're going out, when you're coming in, while you're eating, while you're laying down, while you're rising up. It's who you are. And so we determined to study the Word of God, we determined to obey the Word of God, and we determined to share the Word of God in the context of family discipleship, friendships, just life in general. And the result of that in Ezekiel's life, in Ezra's life, was that the gracious hand of his God was on him. So I want to encourage you today, Grace Moms, to let the gracious hand of the Lord your God rest upon you as you study his Word, as you obey his Word, and as you endeavor to share his Word. Have a blessed day.